Your website is quietly telling Google to ignore you right now, today, while you're watching this video. And the worst part, it looks completely fine to you, to your customers, to everyone except the one entity that decides whether your phone rings or sits silent. Google sees something completely different, and I'm about to show you exactly what it sees. Here's how this happened. For the last decade, two things have been quietly destroying local business websites. Cheap SEO agencies selling cookie-cutter packages, same templates, same strategies, same mediocre results for every client, regardless of industry. An outdated advice that spread across the internet like a bad cold. Blog posts from 2017 still ranking, still being read, still telling business owners to do things that Google stopped caring about 3 algorithm updates ago. It's the SEO equivalent of a doctor still prescribing leeches. The internet told you it worked. It hasn't worked in years, and someone is still charging you for it. The result, an entire generation of local business websites that look fine on the surface and are structurally invisible to Google underneath. I'm Angela Kotz from Illumination Marketing. We've driven over $350 million in business revenue for local service businesses in the last 5 years and audited more than 300 companies doing over $1 million a year in that time. The same 7 mistakes show up every single time. Today, I'm walking you through all of them, what they are, why they're killing your rankings, and exactly how to fix each one. Before we get into the mistakes, you need to understand one thing that changes how you see all of them. Google is a trust engine. It doesn't rank websites. It recommends businesses it trusts to answer a searcher's question. And everything on your website, every page, every link, every word is either building that trust or breaking it. These 7 mistakes are trust killers. Each one sends a signal to Google that says, I'm not sure this business is the real deal. Stack enough of them together, and Google stops recommending you entirely. Your competitors get the calls, you get the silence. Think of it like a background check. Google's running one on your business right now, constantly in the background, and your website is your file. These 7 mistakes are the red flags in that file. It's like Yelp for robots, except the robot controls whether your phone rings, so maybe take it seriously. Fix 1, you improve. Fix all 7, you become the business Google can't stop recommending. Here's where most businesses are failing. Mistake number 1, no topical authority. This is the root of everything, the reason all the other mistakes exist. Topical authority is Google's way of asking, does this website actually know what it's talking about, or did someone just throw up a few pages and hope for the best? Google wants to see depth. Not a one page about roofing, not a home page that mentions roofing 3 times. It wants a website that covers roofing the way an expert would. Services, materials, processes, FAQs, comparisons, local context. A website that proves through the sheer volume and quality of its content that this business is the authority on this topic in this market. Most local business websites have 5 pages: home, about, services, contact, maybe a blog post from 2021 that was never updated. That is not a website. That is a business card with a domain name, and Google treats it exactly like that. The fix? Build content clusters, a pillar page for each core service, supporting pages that answer every question a customer might have about that service. Link them together. Show Google the depth, prove the expertise. Topical authority isn't built overnight, but every competitor who's already building it is pulling further ahead while you're still deciding whether to start. Mistake number 2, no city pages. You serve Houston, you serve Katy, you serve Sugar Land, The Woodlands, Pearland, and Friendswood. Does your website know that? More importantly, does Google? If the only place those city names appear is your footer or a single line on your homepage, Google doesn't know you serve those areas. It sees one location, it recommends you for one location, and every potential customer in every other neighborhood is finding your competitor instead. This is the local SEO version of Dora the Explorer. You have to say where you're going out loud or nothing happens. We serve Katy. Say it. Put it on a page. Make it official. City pages fix this. Dedicated pages for every service area you actually serve, built with specific useful content about serving people in that area. Not we proudly serve the greater Houston area. That tells Google nothing. We provide emergency roof repair in Katy, Texas. Our crew dispatches from our Spring Branch location and typically arrives within 90 minutes for storm damage calls in the Katy and Cinco Ranch area. That tells Google exactly who serves what where. That's the difference between a claim and a proof, and Google only trusts proof. Mistake number 3, thin service pages. You have a services page. It lists your services, maybe a sentence or two about each one, a call to action button at the bottom. Google read that page and learned almost nothing about your business. Thin service pages are one of the most common and most damaging mistakes in local SEO, and they're everywhere because the agencies that built most of these websites were optimizing for how fast they could launch the site and not how well Google could understand it. Here's what a service page actually needs to do. Answer every question a potential customer has before they pick up the phone. What is the service? Who needs it? How does your process work? How fast can you respond? What does it cost? What are customers saying about this specific service? A thin service page is like a restaurant menu that just says food. Technically accurate, completely useless. Nobody's ordering from that menu. Google's AI is now extracting specific answers from your pages to serve in AI overviews and local results. If your page doesn't have specific answers, it doesn't get extracted. If it doesn't get extracted, it doesn't get recommended. The structure that works: service plus city in the H1 and title, and in that order. NLP-related keywords as questions in the subheadings, direct answer in the first paragraph, supporting detail below. Who does what, where, every time. Mistake number 4. Weak internal linking. This one is invisible to almost everyone, and it's silently strangling websites that have good content. Internal linking is how you connect your pages to each other, how you tell Google which pages are important, how topics relate, and how to navigate the architecture you've built. Most local business websites have zero internal linking strategy. Pages exist in isolation. Your city pages don't link to your service pages. Your service pages don't link to each other. Your blog posts, if you have them, are floating in space with no connection to anything. It's like building a house and forgetting to put in hallways. Every room exists, but nobody can get anywhere. The architect is very proud of the rooms, but nobody cares about the rooms. Google follows links to crawl and understand your website. If your most important pages aren't being linked to from other pages, Google doesn't know they're important. They don't get the authority they deserve, and they don't rank. The fix is simple, but requires intention. Every service page should link to related city pages. Every city page should link back to service pages. Every supporting content piece should link to the pillar it belongs to. Build the hallways. Let Google navigate the house. Those first 4 mistakes were your website's fault. These next 3, those are the ones where you looked your GBP in the eye and chose violence. Mistakes 5 through 7 are about the signals outside your website that Google uses to verify whether you're actually who you say you are. Those are the trust signals. And for most local businesses, they're either missing entirely or actively working against them. Mistake number 5. No location relevance. Location relevance is different from city pages. City pages tell Google where you serve. Location relevance is the accumulation of signals across the entire internet that confirm you're actually a real operating business in that location. We're talking about consistent NAP, name, address, phone number across every directory, every citation, every listing. Your address on your website matching your address on Google. Your service area defined clearly in your GBP. Local backlinks from Houston-based websites, local news mentions, local Chamber of Commerce listings. Every inconsistency, a different phone number on Yelp, an old address on a directory you forgot about, a suite number that appears in some places and not others, is a red flag in Google's background check. This is the digital equivalent of showing up to court with 3 different IDs. If Judge Judy wouldn't buy it, Google definitely won't. Google cross-references everything. Clean up the paperwork. The more consistently your business information appears across the internet, the more confident Google becomes that you're a legitimate local operator. Confidence equals recommendations, and consistency equals doubt, and doubt equals invisibility. Mistake number 6, GBP Not Optimized. Your Google business profile is not a listing. It's the primary source of information Google's AI uses to represent your business to every person searching in your area. Google just replaced the Q&A section with Ask Maps, an AI tool powered by Gemini that now generates answers about your business automatically based on what's in your profile. So customer asks, do they do same-day service? Google AI answers, not you, Google, based on whatever information exists in your profile. Now, Google is out here playing spokesperson for your business, whether you like it or not. The least you can do is give it accurate talking points. That's not a ranking problem. That's a reputation problem. A fully optimized GBP means primary and secondary categories set correctly, every service listed with descriptions, photos updated within the last 30 days, posts going out weekly, hours accurate, including the holidays, business description written for humans, not keyword stuffed, and every attribute that applies to your business checked and filled in. This is the one mistake on this list that takes the least time to fix and has the most immediate impact on local rankings. So mistake number 7, no review velocity. This is the one that's quietly costing local businesses more revenue than any other mistake on the list, and it's the most fixable. No revenue velocity means you're not generating on a consistent, ongoing stream of new reviews. You got a burst of reviews when you first launched, maybe another burst when you asked your staff to remind customers, and then it stopped. Now you have 47 reviews, and the most recent one is from 8 months ago. And your competitor just passed you with 23 reviews posted in the last 60 days. Google sees the business with 200 reviews and nothing new as a museum. Impressive history, velvet ropes, nothing happening right now. It's like you're the Hard Rock Cafe of your industry. Cool memorabilia. Nobody's eating there on a Tuesday night. Review velocity, the ongoing rate of new reviews arriving, is one of the most heavily weighted signals in Google's local ranking algorithm. Not your star rating, not your total count, the freshness, the recency, the proof that real customers are still choosing you right now. Here's what that costs you in real money. Businesses inside the Google 3-pack receive 93% more calls, direction requests, and website clicks than businesses ranked anywhere below it. 93%. And revenue velocity is one of the primary signals determining whether you're in the pack or below it. Let's run the math. Your market generates 500 local searches per month for your primary business. Businesses in the 3-pack capture 44% of all clicks. That's 220 clicks split across 3 businesses. At a 10% conversion of calls, that's 7 to 8 calls per position. At a $3,000 average ticket and a 30% close rate, each position inside the pack is worth roughly $6,000 to $7,000 per month. Below the pack, you're still splitting 6% of what's left. That's maybe 15 clicks, 1 or 2 calls, 1 job on a good month, $3,000. That's $3,000 to $4,000 per month gap between being in the pack and being invisible. That's $36,000 to $48,000 a year, and that's the conservative number. Still think asking for reviews is awkward? Your competitor built a truck with the revenue you left on the table. Run the math again. The fix? Build a review acquisition system, not a one-time ask, a repeatable process that fires automatically after every completed job. Text message, email, QR code on the invoice, whatever your customers will actually tap. Getting reviews shouldn't feel like pulling teeth. It should feel like a drive-through, fast, easy, and repeatable. If your process requires more effort than ordering a Starbucks, nobody's doing it. 5 new reviews per month beats 500 old reviews every single time in Google's freshness scoring. Recency beats quantity. It always has. 7 mistakes, all fixable. None of them requiring a massive budget or a technical degree. What they require is understanding that Google isn't ranking websites anymore. It's recommending businesses it trusts. And trust is built systematically through architecture, through consistency, through activity, through reputation. The businesses making these mistakes aren't bad businesses. They were given bad advice by cheap agencies chasing margins, or they followed guides written before the algorithm changed. That's not a character flaw. That's an information problem. Now, you don't have that problem anymore. Topical authority, city pages, service page depth, internal linking, location relevance, GBP optimization, review velocity. Fix all 7, and you're not just ranking better, you're building the kind of presence that compounds month over month while your competitors are still wondering why the phone stopped ringing. You can execute every one of these yourself. It takes time and consistency, but the roadmap is right here. Or if you run a local service business generating over $1 million a year and you want us to audit your website, identify exactly which of these mistakes are costing you the most, and build a system to fix them, go to marketingillumination.com/search-engine-optimization and apply. We'll show you exactly where your trust signals are broken and what it's costing you in real revenue. 7 mistakes, 1 decision. I'm Angela Kotz. Your competitor is hoping you close this video and forget about it. Don't give them that. Put the work in and stop funding their next truck. See you next week.